have an affinity for you right now. Because didn't you just hear me charging $3,500 when the room and board was $3,000?
Yeah, I don't cover my rent. That comes out of my pocket.
I didn't cover my rent. I worked 14 days and nights and spent a whole year to fill the thing and did millions of dollars in business and saw squat. But you know what? I was proud. I was adding value. Till I couldn't get in a hotel to add any more value because they wouldn't let me in because we didn't pay them. You see the dichotomy?
Yeah.
This is the artist's challenge that any artist can solve, and the way you solve it is you focus on what you value most, which is serving. And you realize, I cannot serve if I don't make this business successful. I can't serve my family, I can't serve the clients, my ideas are gonna die on my lips, all because I was caught up with some story in my head about, I don't think I'm worth it. F that. I don't give a if I'm worth it. I'm worth it because I'm gonna serve. I'm gonna add more what?
Value.
Than who? Anybody else, and I'm gonna charge accordingly. Because without a margin, I will not have a mission, because I won't be able to afford the mission. And my margins allowed me to afford the mission, and then my ability to build a business and build multiples on the business has allowed me to feed 1 billion people, 300 million so far. It allows me to provide 250,000 people a day of fresh water in India so they don't die. It allows me to go out and save 5,000 girls' lives who are in sexual slavery. It allows me to this year put 100 people through medical school. All of that because I have a margin, because I don't charge cheap prices, but I add 10 times more value. By the way, nothing is expensive if you add enough value. This seminar sounds expensive, $10,000. How many, you're on day 3, how many have already got way more than $10,000 of the value? How many have already got $1 million of the value implemented here without a doubt in your mind? Say, ah. I could charge $1,000 for this, and then my employees would be broke, the company wouldn't be where it needs to be. Me, I'm already set. None of those people would have those victories. And lots of people in this room wouldn't even show up. $1,000, 5 days, $200 a day, can't be that good. $10,000, this wants $10,000 for 5 days. Me, he better deliver. And by the way, I make it clear, if you don't think I've delivered, tell me on day 1, you get the whole day, you get it all back. You didn't leave, did you? And we're far from done. We're just warming up. So, what price do you need to charge? No, shh, please.
I'd like to go to $150.
Yes. By the way, if you went to $150, you'd grow your business 300%. Right?
At least.
More, because you'd have a margin, because truthfully, he's already got all the overhead.
97, 149.97.
There you go. And by the way, will you add that much value?
More.
More. Then own that. Because if you own that, people will be happy about spending that money with you. Listen, you can get oats 2 ways. You can get quality oats up front, or you can get them after they've gone through the horse and they're cheaper. Are you the oats or are you the real thing?
Real thing.
And by the way, it's not about ego. Do you guys get this? It's about if you don't hold the value, other people won't even see it and you won't ever be able to live your mission. If there's one mistake I made probably for 15 of my 40 years in business, it was I undercharged for everything because I wanted everyone to have it. Well, I put on for free. You can watch 1 million hours of me on YouTube for free. I could take all that down tomorrow. But people want to do that, but they're never going to get the same result. They might get inspired, and I'm happy to at least done that for them. But you need a system, and you need compressed time, and no distraction. You're on YouTube, and your emails come by, your texts are going by, you watch for 15 minutes and feel inspired. Being inspired is nice. It's a warm bath. I like it. You should take a bath every day. You should inspire yourself every day. That's not enough to change your business or your life. The things we're doing here, the things we're going to do in Amsterdam, those things will do it. And by the way, when does this training stop? And never, if you're gonna be a great leader, if you're gonna be a great business person, if you're gonna be an entrepreneur of any sort, artist, manager, leader, or entrepreneur, any version of it, and you're gonna be profitable and you're gonna have a great life and you're gonna serve great people, you need additional resources, and you only get them by adding more value and charging appropriately. And the way you'll know is there would be no one in this room if this was an unfair price. But every one of my events gets bigger and bigger each time. From UPW to Date with Destiny to this. This year we went to a bigger venue because we have such a demand for Date with Destiny, so it'll be even bigger this year. Every experience is getting larger and bigger, but I'm making sure as it gets bigger, how do I still make it better? Right? How many been with me in multiple events and found each was better? I'm curious in your mind. That's pretty hard to do with most people. People have a million ways of looking at things. So don't sell yourself short. Same reason why you fire a customer every now, and by the way, I usually do a public hanging, because I want all the other customers to see so they know. So if anybody else thinking of being an asshole, you know what's gonna happen. You're not gonna be surprised. You won't have to be upset when I show you the door. And what it also does is the people that do love it feel like you're protecting what they value. Because they busted their ass. Why are you gonna let this waste our time and energy? So then your core customers are better supported as well. It's a stand you gotta take within yourself. But by the way, how to do the mechanics, pretty simple. So if you tripled your numbers and now we go optimize the other aspects of the business, it wouldn't be long before you're a $500,000 business in a few years, and a few years after that, $1 million business. But you gotta stop being the operator and you gotta say, okay, I'm an artist in my core, but I need to be an artist that's informed. I need to be a brilliant artist. Not only in my actions here, but in running this business. I gotta make running my business an art. And it is to me. That's why I run these businesses. I'm an entrepreneur, clearly. I'm a better entrepreneur than most entrepreneurs. My size and scope, and I've done it, it's still my second skill. But what I've done is I've learned the artist in me how to look at it. The way I got myself to be entrepreneurial and really be good at it was to say, I gotta take all these companies and turn them into my art, but the art will matter nothing if I can't make them incredibly profitable. Because my ultimate art is changing lives. And I wanna change the lives of my clients, who I consider an extended family, and I wanna change the lives of the people that work with me, and I wanna change the lives of my own family. So these are the way that works. And by the way, could it be incredibly fun to do this, yes or no? What do you think will happen in your culture, you and 3 people, you and 20 people, you and 2,000 people, when you start empowering people to understand how to think and make decisions to grow a business and making this simple, and after they've done it 2 or 3 years? I mean, if you come to Robin's Research, if you come to our company and you get there and you're there at 10 o'clock, and there's people everywhere. I don't want people there all night, but they love what they do. It's a family, they love it. We're successful.